Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, my goal is at the end of this video is to show you guys another way that you can earn online, and that is becoming a work from home mentor. Now, if this is your guys' first time on my channel, my name is Le-an Lai Lacaba. I am the virtual ate. Been working from home since I was 15 years old and now run an outsourcing agency here in the Philippines. And I post videos every Sunday and Thursday on how to work from home, so make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any of my videos. Now, our guest for today is a former OFW or overseas Filipino worker who became a certified social media strategist who reached her goal of having a 6-digit income and quit her 9 to 5 office job in just 2 months since starting her freelancing journey. She helps heart-centered entrepreneurs gain a greater online presence through organic and authentic growth. She is well versed in a lot of different platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and bringing new ideas and modern approaches to creating engagement. She assists her clients to attract loyal and paying customers, gain the confidence that they need in order to build a social media strategy and conquer the digital world. Aside from helping her clients, she also created her own Facebook group, a community called Filipina Social Media Mavens, in order to share her knowledge and guide other social media managers and virtual assistants who are ready to take their business to the next level. It is a safe space to network and collaborate with other Filipina entrepreneurs. She's also a mentor for freelancers and part of the Freelance School. Her course, the Pro Freelancers Workshop to Getting Clients, will help you build a strong personal brand using social media and attract high-paying clients by creating a killer profile with captivating content. Okay guys, so without further ado, please help me welcome the amazing Alyssa Eunice Sagum. Hi Alyssa!
Hi, Lay.
So happy to finally have you here. You have a very interesting story, and it's one that I'm really excited to share with a lot of people, because you did go through the usual route of, the Filipino working outside of the Philippines,
Yeah.
and you came home and now you work from home and you even teach other people how to do just that. So how did you get started working online? Tell us a little bit about that part of your story.
Yeah. So just the backstory how I started this freelancing journey. So I used to work as an OFW in Dubai as an HR and admin assistant.
Mm-hmm.
So I went there back in 2017 because I'm tired of the long distance relationship
Mm-hmm.
between me and my then boyfriend. So he's now my husband.
Mm-hmm.
And then on March 2019, so just last year, my best friend added me to this large Facebook group for
Mm-hmm.
Filipino women. So it's mostly for moms, for
Mm-hmm.
aspiring freelancers. I'm not yet a mom, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm also an ate, a visual ate.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the vibe of the group. So I was just browsing, and that was March, and I'm back here in the Philippines for a vacation. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just casually browsing. I'm not really into it. I'm not thinking about it since I'm on
Mm-hmm.
vacation. So I don't want to think about work.
Mm-hmm.
So then after my vacation, back to Dubai, and then just one night, I was just so exhausted from
Mm-hmm.
my work. So it's a usual 9 to 5 job. And I know a lot of OFWs will relate to this because it's really
Mm-hmm.
hard if you're working in a different country. So there is a lot of phrases and just it's different compared here in the Philippines. So that was June when I
Mm-hmm.
saw their post that there's a course for social media management and marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And then it piqued my interest because I'm familiar about social media. I used to blog and I'm very active on forums back in the day when forums is still popular.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I'm active about that. Then I showed it to my husband and then I'm like, should I enroll in this? Because
Mm-hmm.
even though I'm working abroad, I'm really saving money. So that time I think it's about 3,000. So
Wow.
I'm thinking like, should I invest in this? And my husband was like, yeah, go for it. I know you
Mm-hmm.
love it. And I'm the one hesitant that
Mm-hmm.
time. So he's the one who pushed me. So I enrolled. I'm part of the June batch. So that was
Mm-hmm.
June 2019. So I enrolled and then I love it. It's just the first week I already love it.
That's awesome.
And I thought that, all right, so my contract will expire like September. So
Mm.
during the first week of the course, I already tried to apply. So I tried
Oh,
the freelancing
very
platform.
proactive.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, this is what I want to do. I don't want to work here anymore. I hate the feeling of like waking up and then
Mm-hmm.
thinking, I hope it's already 5 p.m. so I can go home again. So
Yeah, yeah.
I hate that feeling. So I only have 2 months. So July was the first week of the course. So I only have 2 months to find clients to exceed what I'm currently earning and also my husband because I decided that time that I just want to go home. I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
work in Dubai anymore. So I told him my plan, and I thank God that I have a supportive partner. So he was like, okay, if that's what you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So there, during the first week, I applied like every day. I'm not sure. I think I'm applying in about at least 20 job posts.
Oh, every
So
day?
yeah. So that was Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So during the first week of the course. And by Thursday, someone already applied.
Nice.
So the client told me that he loved my portfolio. So after that, we had a call and then I got the job. And what I love about that is there's a lot of accounts that I'm handling
Mm-hmm.
and I'm still a newbie that time. So I'm only charging like $150 per account. But the
Mm-hmm.
good thing was that there's like 12 accounts. So
Ooh.
that's a lot already. And then after that, I managed to get two more clients during the second week. So
Wow, really
I,
fast.
yeah, I was actually surprised as well. So there, after that, I managed to exceed my goal, which is
Mm.
the six digit. I have that goal because we're planning to go back. I don't want to renew my contract anymore. So
Mm.
there, so that's how I started my freelancing journey. So I ended my contract in September, and by October 1st, we're back here in the Philippines.
That's very awesome. And like I said, when I saw your bio, basically, when I read the bio, I'm like, this is going to be a super interesting story. And I wasn't wrong. So, something that picked out during that story is you did work in HR. So, that
Yeah.
means that you already had the advantage of knowing what potential employers are
Mhm.
looking for, like having the right resume, having the portfolio
Mhm.
be something that is easy for them to see and understand, like, this is her specialty.
Yeah.
And I love that during the first week of the course, you were already taking action. You were already like
I want to
applying
do this.
for yeah. So that shows like how fast and how much you want to do it. And like imagine if you stayed and you extended
Yeah.
one more contract this year. So that was super lucky. So walk me through how you got to this point. So you started out as doing social media for other people. How
Mhm.
did you get to the point where you're now actually mentoring
Mhm.
incoming freelancers, incoming people who are interested in working from home?
Currently, I'm one of the mentors for the freelance schools.
Mm-hmm.
So we are offering different courses for aspiring Filipino freelancers. So Janelle is actually my mentor back when I
Mm-hmm.
started during the social media
Mm.
management course.
Janelle's awesome.
Yeah. And then we became really good friends. And
Mm.
then she asked me if I want to join the team because at that time I also already established my own Facebook group, which is the Filipina Social Media Mavens. So yeah, why
Mm.
not? Because before she told me about that she's looking for a mentor for
Mm-hmm.
one of the courses, I'm already like helping out my batchmates or other
Mm.
Filipina freelancers who's messaging me. So I'm helping them find the clients or just, how to start if they also want to become a social media manager or virtual assistant.
So it was something that happens with a lot of people who
Mhm.
did struggle and also had to
Yeah.
figure things out by themselves. Is they do become a mentor later on because
Mhm.
you tend to find the shortcuts that if someone was just really following a course and
Yeah.
not experimenting on their own, they wouldn't be able to naturally be able to do that. So
Yeah.
that's amazing that shift was also kind of pretty easy for you because you were already doing it. So walk us through a little bit of someone who's kind of like social media manager by day and freelance mentor at night. What does your day look like basically?
So the good thing about being a freelancer or a social media strategist is that I have flexible schedule. So
Mm-hmm.
I can work anytime or anywhere. So it doesn't like it's perfect for me being
Mm-hmm.
a mentor because we also just have like a set schedule on when will be the live Q&A sessions for the students.
Mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's why, like now, for my clients, I'm just working maybe around 3 to 4 hours a day. So, yeah, that's one of the best things
That's
about
amazing.
being also a
Yeah.
freelancer.
So What does it look like being a mentor, though? That's more of
Mhm.
being a social media manager. What does it look like for you being someone who helps other freelancers as well start getting jobs, basically?
So being a mentor is more fulfilling because I just started like them. So I don't have any idea about this
Yeah.
industry. I know how hard it is when, there's just now you can just Google anything, but it can be overwhelming. So I know that feeling. So being a mentor is really fulfilling because I'm able to help these freelancers. I know what they're experiencing. I know what they're feeling. So
Mm-hmm.
I know the steps that I
Mm-hmm.
can advise to them or I can suggest to them so that it will be easier for them. So because mine before, it was really a struggle because I don't have any niche at all. I don't have any idea about that. I just have
Mm-hmm.
the skills, but I'm still learning along the way. So yeah, so being a mentor, I realized that this is what I really want to do. So another fun fact is that back when I was a kid, I actually want to be a preschool teacher. So,
Ah, so it matches up.
so now I'm like still a teacher, but for
Mm-hmm.
adults.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you're a teacher for adults who have preschoolers, so in a
Yeah.
way. So tell me more about, you touched on one point there where you did start out also like not being sure with your skill, which you
Mhm.
did go through the social media management
Yeah.
course. You were going in that way, but how you narrow down your niche? You said that you applied for like 20 different everyday until
Yeah.
you did get that reply.
Mhm.
How did you get through that process of getting your first client, of knowing like, oh, this is the niche that I want to work in?
Mhm. So at first I was clueless. So that's the reality. I
Yeah.
I don't have any idea what niche should I focus on, what industry are my
Mm-hmm.
clients, who are my target audience. So my number one advice is just don't think about it too much. If you're just starting out, don't focus on the niche because you will learn about it by experience. So at first,
True.
my first client was actually in the healthcare industry. I don't have any idea about healthcare. So it was the pay was really good, but I don't have any idea about it. So it's a struggle for me to create content for
Mm-hmm.
them. And then after that, I managed to work with a business coach. And then I realized, oh, okay, so this is what I want. This is the entrepreneurs that they are my ideal audience.
Mm-hmm.
So I started after that when I got more clients who are online business managers, business coaches. So the niche that I've learned that these are the people, like they are my dream clients. So after
Mm-hmm.
that, after I got new clients, so I let go of that first client just because I know that I cannot serve them, like I cannot give them the best because that's not what I specialize in. So for
Mm-hmm.
those who are just starting out, it's okay to try. Maybe you don't have any experience about healthcare, but maybe you will realize that that's what you really want. So that's
True.
another good thing about freelancing is you discover skills and you discover more about yourself.
True, true. It's because it is like different tasks every day. You're not doing the same thing over and over
Yeah.
again. It does open you up doing different things. So, so far in the year that you've been working from home, what has been just the most surprising thing about it? What is something that still like makes you smile every time it happens, or something that just was like, oh, this is a thing? What was that for you?
The most surprising thing until now is that clients are willing to pay like this huge amount of money just to handle maybe your Instagram engagement. So that's
Mm-hmm.
one of my services. So I'm really surprised that they can trust you even though you weren't able to meet personally, just virtual through Zoom calls. Or I have clients who I never met and I just talk to them via email or chat.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really still a surprise for me because in here in the Philippines we are ingrained with this like corporate. It's very different. Like your boss is still, you call them sir, you call them mom. But
Mm-hmm.
in the freelancing, what's surprising is that they will treat you as an entrepreneur as well. So
As
they
a
give
business
you,
partner, yeah.
yeah, they give you the same respect. You just have to call them by their first name, which is also one of the things that surprises me because I'm not used to that. So yeah, Like I have clients who are 40s, 50s, and then I just have to call them by their name. So that's still surprising, but it's really fulfilling and it's really a good thing because, I've learned that, in order to attract your dream clients, you also have to market yourself well and think yourself like an entrepreneur.
True, true. Because at the end of the day, it is a
Yeah.
business. At the end of the day, once you go through the process of registering yourself as a business, once you get to the point where you're, paying for your taxes, taking care of all of the stuff,
Hmm.
you have a business. You're not like an actual just employee. You're someone who runs
Hmm.
a business. So that's
You're
true. So far, being a social media manager and also a mentor, what has been kind of your favorite thing about having both? Having the point where you're mastering social media management on one side and taking what you've learned, what you've mastered, and then teaching it to other people. What has been your favorite thing about that process so far?
All right. So far, my favorite thing is teaching others like the shortcut. Since I already have like the templates, like what to do, the onboarding process,
Mm-hmm.
which can be confusing for a newbie. So that's my favorite thing is that teaching them the tricks that will help them, elevate and just skip the awkward phase
Mm-hmm.
of being a freelancer. So that's my favorite thing currently.
That's awesome. So it's making sure that they do have everything that they need to get started.
Mhm.
So that's really cool. So far with that, you're talking about shortcuts and you're talking about like the systems that
Yeah.
you're setting up. What has been one of the shortcuts that you found that makes working from home easier for you?
So the best thing that I've learned is outsourcing. There are a lot of tasks in the social media that somehow like repetitive or so I've learned that so it's time consuming as well. So I've learned to outsource it to
Mm-hmm.
freelancers like they are newbie in the industry. So they want to experience what it's like to be a social media manager. So
Mm-hmm.
aside from them gaining experience, I already have a team right now. So aside from that is that I'm really grateful to be in a place where I can give other people another stream of income, especially
Sure.
during this pandemic.
Very true.
So
Yeah.
I was able to help them earn income from, just being a freelancer and they don't have to think about talking with a client because I do all of it. So yeah. So it's a shortcut. So, outsourcing and this is also a tip for, maybe you're in this industry for 1, 2 years and you feel like some of the tasks are time consuming. So you can outsource it and
Sure.
delegate it to other freelancers who are just starting out because you will give them an opportunity to learn firsthand, have the experience, and you can also help them be a part of this industry.
Sure. You call it outsourcing, but it's basically kind of like an internship where you're giving them the steps that they
Mhm.
need, the first step. And kind of speaking about that first step, what is usually a common piece of advice or a small step that anyone who's watching this right now who's thinking to themselves, oh, I want to become a social media manager so I can also help other freelancers? What
Mhm.
is a common advice or small step that they can do like
Mhm.
in the next few minutes or tomorrow that would move them forward towards that?
So the most common piece of advice that I always say to the aspiring freelancer is that, just trust yourself and remove the limiting beliefs that are hindering you from unleashing your full potential.
Mm-hmm.
Because the skills can easily be learned, but
Mm-hmm.
the
True.
mindset, it's kind of hard because if you only think that this is the only thing that I can do, then that will stop you from achieving your goals. So also stay focused on your lane. Do not compare your level 10 with someone who is already on level 100
True.
because we all have different journey and if you think like for me this has been my journey so it's not the same so my story is different from her story so your story as well will be different from another freelancer story so you just have to focus on your own growth and just believe in your skills, have the confidence because that's what you will need in order to be successful in the freelancing industry.
That's very awesome. That is a very awesome piece of advice because it is true. Like everyone goes through this whole thing differently. They all go through, like for me, I found it when I was 15. So it can be crazy, it can be surprising, and it doesn't have to be that you get right away to level 100
Mm-hmm.
because they did the work to get to that point. So
Yeah.
that's a really good piece of advice. So currently, right now, Eliza, what is your big, hairy, audacious goal? What is a goal that you're working towards that if you had all the resources in the world, what would your life basically look like?
All right. So my main goal is actually to be a philanthropist. You know,
Hmm.
that's what I really want. So right now, my husband and I are really working hard to, have
Mm.
multiple streams of income. Our main goal is that by 35, we are already retired. So I'm
Nice.
28. I have like 7 years to do
Mm-hmm.
because especially during this pandemic and also hearing the stories of the students at the freelance school, it's such an eye opener for me, like how hard life is. And if I have all the resources, then I'll be able to help one people at a time.
True. True. That is very awesome. I love that vision and I can see where that comes from with you. And I also just love that you also have a very supportive husband. That's very awesome. So,
Yeah.
yeah, how can people support you? How can people find you if they wanted to learn more about how to become a social media manager or just in general just want to ask you a question? How can they reach you?
Yeah. Okay. For the Filipina aspiring social media managers there or virtual assistants, you can join my Facebook group. Just search it. It's called Filipina Social Media Mavens. And to all the aspiring freelancers out there, the freelance school is open for all Filipinos, whether you're male, female, whatever gender you are. And you
Mhm.
can also search me on Facebook, just Alyssa Eunice Sagum, and also on Instagram. It's the same.
Awesome. And I'll put all of your links below so people can check you out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Eliza. This was very insightful. You shared a lot of really good nuggets of wisdom for people. And I hope you guys are taking notes because a lot of this will help you, especially if you're just starting out.
Thank you for this opportunity. And it's really a pleasure for me to be able to share my story and, to help other aspiring freelancers or mentors that
Mhm.
everything is achievable if you work hard with it.
Again, guys, make sure to check out all of Eliza's link below so you can check her out and connect with her. If you guys got any value from this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button right there. And also comment below any insights or any favorite quotes that Eliza might have said during this interview. Now, if you guys still haven't, make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any of my videos every Sunday and Thursday on how to work from home. You guys can check out these other two videos right here on more interviews that I've done with more amazing people. I hope you guys have an awesome day and remember that small steps matters and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!